Okay, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alright, well, we're live, and as you guys can tell by the thumbnail, today I'm going to be working on UMG and Unreal Engine 5 using C++. That's I did actually stream yesterday or even before yesterday because I was actually moving on to a brand new place. Okay, as you guys can tell, like my background. That's it, I cannot just speak properly, and for some reason my voice is echoing. Like, is my stream echoing because I don't have my phone right now to actually check, or do I have it? I actually don't think that I do. I just gotta ignore it if it's actually kind of echoing. That's hi Monster, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, let me go to my gameplay screen. And guys, this is the first ever time that my voice is echoing so bad here. Kinda not used to hearing my voice echo. Guess let's get it set on my screen, there we go. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and get this higher because this is a very uncomfortable position right now. I guess I can get my mouse there. Okay, that's it, and this is the chat from I think like 3 streams ago where I worked on UMG and Unreal Engine 5. So let's see something like to say live exclamation. Okay, let's see. And of course, I gotta always hit the send icon, like hitting enter does never work. Okay, let's see. So thinking longer than usual. Is it because this is like an old chat? Okay, and guys, this is like, let me just kind of refresh this real quick. I'm gonna add a space and then a sense. There we go. Let's see. And guys, it's always so awkward, like streaming a place that echoes like this. This is echoing like way too bad. Let me know how bad the echo is. Thinking longer. I mean, I don't mind like starting a brand new chat, but I guess I'll just refresh everything. Okay, and then let's go ahead and reload that again. Okay, actually while that's working, I might go ahead and open another chat real quick right here. Okay, let's just grab that out. And I'm doing that in my other window, so you guys might not be able to see it. Why did I open Cake? How did Cake end up opening? Okay, let me just open Claude. And guys, I usually do this board stream, but today I was getting kind of late because it was like a close call today. Okay, let's see. Let's go to something like implementing and then say something like, okay, let me just go ahead and add a tab here, exit that, open a brand new tab from there. Is it just me or is everything just loading? Okay, I think, oh, I know why, the chat was extremely long, that's why. Fine, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and, let's see. Okay, so I have loop cuts, I have next session, which is basically these. And then I can go ahead and zoom in as well. I mean, I don't want to work on Blender this stream, so I guess I'll just do this. Should I create a brand new chat? I think there's some time, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a brand new chat real quick. Oh, that's it. Speaking of brand new chats, I actually forgot to tell you guys I'm live. Let's just go here, paste it, and then say something like, everyone. There we go. So something like live exclamation. I actually almost always do this before I start the stream. Let me go with something like here. There we go. And then let's go ahead and send. Now I'm gonna grab this in my other window real quick. Let's go all the way up there. Maybe I'm gonna go a little lower here. If you guys might be wondering what am I doing, I'm trying to get a new chat up real quick. Okay, trying to do it ASAP. Give me a quick second. Okay, let's go with that, and then let's go somewhere here. Let's just copy that. Let's go back here, exit that. Okay, I think it's pretty much it. Let me just go ahead and paste this here. Okay. Guys, I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or like something. Okay, but no, man, I guess it was just me being impatient. Okay, let's just go ahead and extend this now. I think I'm almost done. Hold up, let me just go ahead and create a new chat. Paste that there, send that there. Well, maybe add a small little edit to that. Say today I want to work on UMG using C++ in UE5. I am a beginner. Let's go with something like EGIN. Okay, perfect. I think that's about it. Let's just go ahead and grab this here, exit that. Okay, the room is very big or what? Actually, that does make sense because my previous room that was pretty small and all that, but this is pretty much spacious because I thought this would be much better for like streams as well because I have like 2 separate windows here for the natural lighting, if that makes any sense. That said, it's gonna be actually pretty awful having workout streams here because it's so wide, and I would have, today's day was meant for me to have a workout stream, but transferring all these stuff from my previous apartment to this apartment took all the strength that I had. So I guess I'm gonna start again from next stream. That said, why is Claude thinking for so long? This is not how long Claude usually thinks. Well, I guess let's try Gemini. Okay, I guess let's go ahead and paste it here. Let's go ahead and exit Claude real quick. Let's open Gemini real quick. Okay, and say something like, today I want to work, today I want to work on creating UMGs using C++ and UE5 and I am a beginner. Okay, let's send it. I guess we're trying Gemini. Kevin Gemini isn't that bad. Guys, I'm so not used to hearing my voice echo because right now, as I speak, my voice is echoing all over. I wonder if this conversation is not my thing. Guys, what's wrong with all the AIs? Am I kind of been abandoned? So, the sales sensei's prompt. Honestly, this is like a 1 in a million chance that you guys actually find it. If you guys see it, it's yours. This conversation is not my thing. Guys, not my thing is actually kind of crazy. Hold up, let me just go ahead and exit that. Maybe go to ChatGPT. Let's try. If ChatGPT didn't work, then I'm just gonna go with something random. Let's go. Let's see. Just somewhere. Okay, honestly, I don't really think that I might need any help because I almost already know what to do, I guess. Yeah, I think I know. Because for some reason the AI is bugging. I should have actually worked on this off stream, but I didn't have time off stream. Okay, well, I guess the only thing I need is basically widget classes. So I'm going to go ahead and run the program real quick. Once I run this should open my Unreal Engine up. So let's wait for it to open real quick. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and get that down, get that lower. There, it's all succeeded. Okay, there we go. So it opens my Unreal Engine now. Once my Unreal Engine opens, I'm gonna try adding another UMG, and then after this stream I will be working on seeing why like whatchamacallit, all the AI is not really working. I think they're down on I don't know, maybe a break or something. Okay, maybe because the tabs that I'm using are like pretty old. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and grab my Unreal Engine here real quick. Let's go ahead and extend it from the top. Yeah, I want to go with remember my choices. There we go. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to go to something like content, and then let's go to something like double click my UMG map. There. Okay, and what do you mean by UMG? UMG basically stands for, I think it's Unreal Motion Graphics. That is the same as UI. UMG consists of like HUDs, UIs, and like different kinds of aspects to it. For example, if I were to run the program, this is the UMG that I worked on last stream. I did not last stream, the last Unreal Engine stream, where if I go ahead and press this button, the text in my window changes to this button was clicked, but this is a pretty easy logic. I want to go ahead and add a logic where every time I shoot, let's say, a weapon, my player takes damage or my target takes damage. Let's go ahead and work with this. So I see something like a WBP widget. Okay, so this is basically a I'm pretty sure it's a widget class, right? Okay, so I see WBP underscore widget. That is definitely a widget class. And then I see a blueprint class as well. Okay, this is a widget blueprint class. This is WBP. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and create another one. So let's go to something like content. I'm gonna, let's say, double click UI. In my UI, I'm gonna go ahead and right click this. I'm gonna go with user interface and create a widget blueprint. Now, in my widget blueprints, let's see. I might want to create something like a widget. Let's go with something like user widget. There we go. And guys, this is a thing to see if I actually remember everything because I absolutely do not remember anything that I did. Okay, let's go with something like WBP underscore health bar. Actually, I'm kind of glad that the AI isn't working. I get to play around a little today. Okay, let's go with something like WBP underscore health bar. This is going to be a health bar because I want to work with a health bar. And then I'm going to go ahead and double click my health bar. And in case you guys can't see my entire window, I would recommend you guys move on to my horizontal stream. That's where I do like work with a landscape mode. Because I feel it's much easier to like work with blueprints if I'm working on a landscape mode rather than a portrait mode. Okay, that's it. Let me go ahead and drop a canvas panel. Let's go with something like a canvas panel. There we go. Okay, and in case you guys don't know where am I searching it, I'm searching for these things in my palette, but I'm actually implementing them inside of my designer. Okay, this is my canvas panel. This is where everything in my screen goes. Now I might want to add, let's say, a button. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this button here. Okay, and then I want to set an anchor. Let's say to be the top left of my window. So I want to get it somewhere there. Okay, I think the size is pretty good. I mean, I might get this in the smaller window real quick. Okay, because I want to go ahead and see something. Okay, so this is still in the top left. This is anchored in the top left, so that's good. And then I named it something like my button, so I'm gonna go with something like, let's name it. There we go. Okay, what do I want to name it? Let's go with something like, reduce. Should I go with reduce health bar button? I could go with something like that. Reduce health bar button. Oh wait, hold up. This is not how we name it. Minus health. I keep forgetting. I gotta go with camel case for C++. Minus health button. I am really used to using. I forgot what was it called. What is the case convention that we use for Python? Like with the underscore, like all lowercase underscore and all that stuff. Okay, so this is gonna be my minus health button, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create another one. This is gonna be called something like my plus health button. Health button, there we go. Okay, guys, the good news is that I am getting my spring break soon, like this Monday, so I will be having time to like stream for longer and I'll finally upload some videos too. I have been uploading a few shorts because I got a lot of content out of my workout stream. Although I want to upload some kind of shorts related to Unreal Engine 2 to actually show you guys my progress and stuff. So, is the final game going to be online? Okay, that's something that I don't really know because I don't really know how to publish a game yet. Although I will be actually seeing because having it be online is actually kind of genius. It sounds kind of fun too. Okay, that's let me just go ahead and get this higher. Can this go higher? Oh, it can go higher. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna name this plus, so I have a plus health, I have a minus health. And then I need a text. So canvas plus health minus health. Okay, and then a text. So I'm gonna go with something like, let me get that there. Okay, plus health minus health, then let's get a text. I'm gonna go ahead and drag that text inside of my button, so it's basically gonna inherit from my button, where one of the text block is gonna be something like, increase, whoops. I've got to close my window, I'm mistake, there we go. Increase, health. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and change my text to something like, plus 10, because I want to increase my health by 10. Let's go with something like plus 10. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add another one. Let's go all the way down here. Okay, I think it should be my text. Let's see. So, do you guys see text here? Am I just blind? There we go. Okay, I guess let's just go ahead and drag that there. I'm gonna go ahead and change my text block to be something like minus 10. Okay, and let's change the theme to be something like REDUCE, reduce text. Wait, did I just reduce health? I mean, there we go. Okay, tiny details, gotta pay a lot of attention to those things. Okay, why do you not consider decorating? Maybe give the text color. Actually, for that, I think that later I will. I'm just trying to like getting one of the basics right now. For example, like I'm trying to learn how to get the functionalities in check. Once I get those in check, I do have a bunch of PNGs where I have decorative text and all that stuff. That's when I'm actually going to be using those. That's it, I think this where I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, that's it. Let's go all the way down here. Okay, is it just me? There we go. Let's go with something like that. Because my new monitor is kept so much away from me that it's so hard to like see it. Okay, there we go. So I have a plus 10 and I have a minus 10. Now I'm gonna go to something like my minus 10. Wait, I think this should be called. Okay, I'll just change this to minus. Let's go with something like minus. Do you guys see text somewhere? Okay, let's change that to minus. And let's change that to plus. There we go. Okay, it's not clear to me how to create an interface because I've made menus using code before and I could not control everything. Huh. Honestly, does that make sense? Because I haven't like worked as much with like working on UMGs using actual C++ programming. I do know for a fact that it works with like blueprints, but I'm absolutely awful with working with blueprints. So I think this might work. Although if it does not, I might actually try something else. Okay, that's it. I will be needing another, let's say, button. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another button here. Let's go a bit up here. I'm gonna go ahead and add an anchor to say that is gonna be the top left. Then let's go ahead and extend it a little from the left, extend it a little from the right. And I think that's good. I might want to go a bit more to the right. Okay, and then extend it a little from here. There, I think that's perfect. So this is for plus, that is for minus. Once I'm done with this, what is something else that I might need? I might want to add a text, so I'm going to go ahead and add a text here. Okay, and then let's just change the position to be somewhere up here. There we go. This is going to be health. Health. Okay, for my health, I'm going to say something like HP. Let's go with something like HP. There. I wonder if I could get it a bit to the right. I think I can. Let me just decrease this a little. There we go. Wow. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and change the color of my buttons now. I just bit my cheek. Okay, let's go with something like button. Actually, color. Okay, should I go with something like tint? I think it's like a general color, like the background. There we go. I'm going to change it to something like red. So that is going to be 1, that is going to be 0, that is going to be 0, and 0. Okay, so this is going to be my red color. Why is it there? Oh, opacity I set it to be 0. There we go, dark red. Okay, for some reason, why does this not really look red? I have 1, 0, 0. The RGB alpha is 1. I mean, I guess it's just my screen red. Okay, I guess I'm going to go to my second button now. What color should my button be? I think the button that decreases my HP should be, maybe like, I don't know. What color should it be? RGB, red, green, or blue? I know for a fact that the one that increases my health is going to be blue. Actually, it's going to be green, so I'm going to set this to be a dark shade of green. Let's go with 0 and 0. Okay, and this could be red, like this fun. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like 1, 0, 0, there. Okay, I will not say that this is bad. I might change my health to be green. Okay, I don't think green health looks that good. All I might want to do is maybe add some, let's see, color to it. I want it to be a dark shade of red. Okay, I mean this is like the darkest shade of red, right? What if I go with this shade? Just like a little brighter. Okay, I guess I can go there. Nope, that's absolutely bad. Maybe go a bit to the back. Oh, I see, okay. Maybe for this box, and guys, this I shouldn't be as picky with this because I've got to do different things too. But I don't want them to be the same color for some reason. I guess this can be set to 0, 0. Look, I think blue makes it look even worse. Give me a color recommendation, guys. Give me like an RGB color recommendation. What is the color that deals damage? I think yellow, right? There. Okay, you know what? I'm going with yellow. This is good. Bro, you gotta drop this cringiest accent and you might get views. Guys, I don't really do this stuff for views, because doing it for views is actually kind of crazy. Actually, you know what? No, man, I take it back. It does make sense. It's actually, I mean, even though if I drop the accent might get me more views, I just feel like the main concept is to really learn this stuff, so I'm actually trying to work more on learning this stuff type stuff. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Okay, I think my health could be color and opacity. What color should this be? Maybe black. Should I go under appearance? There we go. Okay, so color and opacity is gonna be black here. Okay, that looks good. Well, okay, it does not look great, but it does not look bad either. So I'm gonna go ahead and compile now. Once I'm done with compiling it, what's the next thing that I might want to do? Okay, I started making a game in Unreal Engine 5.7. At this stage, I'm doing the first level, but then I'll do AI for NPCs. That actually does make sense. That's what I'm actually trying to go for as well. That's the reason I did like work a little with raycasting and all that stuff. Okay, speaking of which, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to something like open level and blueprint. I'm gonna delete my tick from here. There we go. Okay, it would be better if we can learn without getting cringe. Alright guys, getting cringe attack is actually kind of crazy. Okay, that's it. Let's just go ahead and get this up here. I forgot what did I have to get here. I'm positive I should have gone with something like event that we can play. I think it's create widget, right? Let's go with something like create widget. And guys, this is just I'm just doing this with, from my memory, so that's the reason this is not really that might not be as accurate. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and drag. I'm assuming my return value, no, not my return value. I think this is something like add to viewports. Let's go with something like add to viewports. And the target is going to be this. There. Now, if I hit compile and run the program, I see my health bar here. When I hover over it, okay, I gotta remove the hover effect from my first button, but the second and third does work. But it does not have any kind of content to it. Time to give it some content. Although, before I really give it some content, I want to remove my... Okay, that is my UMG. I want to remove this from my window. How do I do that? Maybe I go here, I go to open blueprints, and then... Alright, this is a whole another blueprint. UMG map, event graph. Should I be having two? One for my initial one, like one for this that says button was clicked, because that is being displayed to my viewport as well. Although that might be because I did that in my, I might have done that using code here. Let me check, because I worked on this like 3 streams ago, can't really remember that much. Okay, let's see. Okay, so do you guys see add to viewport? I don't see it in my C++ file, in my header files. Okay, I don't really see it in my header files as well. And then there we go. HED widgets instance I added to viewports. So this is my player controllers with header files. I mean C++ files. This is my player controllers with header files. All I needed to do to add it to my viewport is firstly include my HED widgets as header files, the widget class that I wanted to really display on my window. Okay, and then I go to my C++ file. In my C++ file, I go with a player controller, which is the name of my class here, with a scope resolution operator that points towards begin play. So I wanted to get it to begin play. Okay, and guys, let me know if my voice is echoing really hard because I feel it's echoing very bad. And then next up, I have something like a call begin play functions parent class. I have a super begin play. And check if our widget class has been assigned in the editor. I check if HED widget class has been assigned in the editor. HED widget instance equals to create, okay, and then if HED widget does exist, then I point my HED widgets pointer towards active viewport. Same thing as what I did here, but I guess it's fine. Okay, now time to add some content to my C++ and my header files. For my regular text, the header file that I did was uProperty meta equals to bind widget. This ain't that bad, but it's not as good as well. Okay, so I created a user widget class. Let's try that here. So I'm going to go to something like tools. In tools, I'm going to go to C++ classes. And then let's go to something like all. I'm going to go with something like user widget. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a user widget class, hit next, and name it something like, my user widget is going to be an HUD as well, right? So I'm going to go with something like HUD, just get this a little lower, there we go. Okay, let's go with HUD, underscore, do I need to go with underscore, health bar. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and create a class really quick. Now, while the project is actually adding to viewport, I'm going to try opening Gemini actually flawed real quick. So I'm going to go to something like Excuse me guys, let me go to Claude real quick again. And then once I'm in Claude, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say extend this up here and then maybe shrink it like a little bit. Successfully added class HUD health bar, however, couldn't compile. Wait, did it not compile? It did compile. I'm pretty sure doesn't it ask us to like reload everything? I guess I'm just thinking things. Okay, that's it. Let's go to something like C++ mastery. Let me go ahead and paste this here and say something like, I want to work on, let's say UMG and UE5 using C++. So I used a blueprint to, okay, let's see. I used a blueprint, BRINT, to create, let's go with something like to create a health bar and two buttons. One button says +10 and the other says -10. Depending on which button I clicked, I want to either reduce or increase my health. Okay, let's go with ... And I actually forgot to show you guys. Let me just go ahead and send that, close that. Finally, okay, there we go. This is one of the most shockingest things up here. Claude finally replied to me. There we go, listen up. Alright, before we touch a single line of code, let me teach you what you need to know. And don't skip this part. What you need to understand first in Unreal Engine 5 to connect C++ with the UMG widget blueprint, UMG blueprint widget, you need these three things. A class that extends your user widget, this becomes the brain of your blueprint, U property binding, so your C++ can find and talk to the blueprint elements, U functions, so your button can call the functions, the C++ functions. Step 1. Create your C++ widget class. In Unreal Engine 5, go to Tools, New Class, your user widget class. Name it Health Bar Widget. I named it Health Bar, not Health Bar Widget. It should have named it Health Bar Widget. Okay, that was a blunder. Let's go with Control Alt L. And then let's go under my, let's say UMG practice. And then I'm going to go under my source, under my UMG practice, and then my health bar. Do you guys see health bar? I'm practically blind from back here. Okay, let's see player controller. How do I not see a health bar? That is practice. No content in practice. HUD. Duh. Oh, I know why. Maybe because my health bar C++ health bars as headers. These things probably did not load correctly. Let's try it again. Let me go to Tools, New Class. I want to go with something like User Widget. User Widget, WIDGET. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and click something like Next and name it something like WBB underscore health bar widget. This should work, to be honest. Now let's hope it does. Did it say me something? Successfully. Would you like to have more details? What does this mean? Compile. COMPILE. Does it not compile? This is. Did I update my Unreal Engine? I don't think so, right? Well, I mean, I guess I created it. I guess that's that. Okay, I guess let me just go ahead and grab Claude back up here again. And let's see. Step 1, create your C++ widget class, name it something like uHealthBar widget. Step 2, your header files. So in my header files, I got to not include anything because these are included by default besides blueprint/user widget. Okay, that's included as well. Okay, I gotta do something in my header files. So this is your health value, U property blueprint read write, category equals health, float current health equals 100. This is your health value. And then U property blueprint read write, category is going to be health, floating point max health equals 100, button with call these. U function blueprint callable category equals to health void increase health. Okay, so these are basically the regular function declarations that I do. And then later on in my C++ class, I include my health bar widgets header file, which I already did. Okay, and then void health bar widget, increase health, I defined that. Oh, okay, so it's basically just clamping. Step 4, reparent your blueprint. This is the step most people miss and waste hours on. Open your blueprint widget, go to class settings, toolbar top, find parent class, change it to a health bar, your C++ class. Step 5, write in blueprint, select your progress bar, find, bind percent call, get health. Select your +10 button on clicked, increase health, select your button. Okay, I see. That's it. I might actually open this plot tab in like a new window because I do want to look at a reference while writing this part. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go all the way back there. Maybe decrease this. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get this a little bigger. Okay. Let me just go ahead and grab that shot here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and decrease it again. I think this is good. I think this is pretty good. Okay, let's see. So firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my header files. This is my header files. In my header files, under my generated body, I'm gonna go ahead and publicize everything. Hope I can actually write with this uncomfortable setup here. Okay, let's go ahead and just get my mouse in front, my keyboard backwards. There, I don't feel comfortable right now. Okay, I guess this place is firstly way too slippery. There we go. I guess firstly I'm gonna go ahead and publicize everything. Now, inside my public data member, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say add a comment. So let's go with the comment that says something like, this is your health value. Let's go with something like health value. For my health value, I'm gonna go ahead and let's say have a U property. Okay, in my U property, let's say I'm gonna go ahead and have something like, excuse me guys. Okay, so it's blueprint read write and category. So I want my blueprint. So let's go with something like blueprint read write. I want my blueprint to be able to read and write my health value. Let me get a bit lower. There we go. Okay, I don't know what this might do to my camera. Let me go here. Let's go to my main camera real quick. Does it make a difference if I'm like higher or lower? Like let me get higher. Okay, the higher I am, the better it looks on camera, but the lower I am, the more comfortable it gets when it looks awkward on camera. I guess I'll go with lower for the time being. Let's go back to my gameplay screen. There we go. Okay, and then once I'm done with deliberately right, I'm gonna go ahead and add a category. Let's go with something like a category. That is gonna be equal to C health. There we go. Okay, now once I'm done with this, the next thing I might want to do is create a floating point value called something like current health. Okay, that is going to be equal to 100.f ending with a semicolon. Basically, I want my health to start at 100. I guess I can give this higher now. Nope. There. I think. I'm trying to get in a comfortable position because it's impossible to program if you're not comfortable. Okay, let's see. I guess my mouse is gonna be there. I will have comfortable keyboard or mouse. Okay, next up, once I'm done with my health value, I'm gonna go with something like another U property for let's see my max health. Because if we have a current health, we need to have a max health for clamping to work. So I'm gonna go with something like a U property, property, with a parentheses that does require a parameter of let's say something like blueprint read write. Because I want my blueprint to be able to read my health value or my max health and even change it from inside my blueprint. That's it, I'm gonna go ahead and add a category, which is gonna be equal to health again. I want to categorize both my values in the, let's say, same folder, if that makes any sense. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with something like a floating point value called something like max health. Let's go with something like max health, which is going to be equal to, let's say something like 100 points F ending with a semicolon. Both my max health and my current health start at the same amount, and later only my current health decreases. Okay, I'm trying to get my mouse here. There we go. Okay, and then once I'm done with this, I wish there was like a better spot to keep my mouse. Anyway, whoops. I guess I just messed something up. This is going to make my keyboard even more uncomfortable. Well, I guess it is what it is. Actually, it's not as bad. Okay, let's see. So once I'm done with this, the next thing I gotta do is button will call these. So I gotta go ahead and declare a few functions that my buttons will actually call when clicked. For example, let's go ahead and get this just a little bitty up. There we go. I mean, I don't really need to. I'm kind of picky when it comes to that. Okay, I don't have an extra space here again. There we go. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and add a new property, property. There, I'm going to go ahead and again have a few parameters. Here's the thing, I just forgot. For functions, you don't need your property, you need your functions. Let's add a comment and say something like button calls these functions. I think this is going to be a lowercase c. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go with something like a u function. So this is going to be my Unreal's function declaration. Should I add a parameter of blueprint callable? Okay, well, I guess I did kind of jinx that I do need blueprint callable. There we go. Let's go with something like blueprint. Let's go with blueprint callable. C-A-L-L-A-B-L-E. There we go. Now in my blueprint callable, I'm going to go ahead and have a category, C-A-T-E-G-O-R-Y, that is going to be equal to, let's say something like help. Okay, might as well have all my function calls and my current health and max health arguments inside of the health category. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and let's say create a void function called something like increase health. Let's go with something like increase health with a row of parentheses ending with a semicolon. And then I'm going to be needing another function which is going to be exactly the same as this function, just a different function name. So the parameter again is going to be blueprint callable, C-A-L-L-A-B-L-E, E-L-E, and then I'm going to be requiring a category, C-A-T-E-G-O-R-Y, T-E-G-O-R-Y, that is going to be equal to something like health. And then lastly, I'm going to go with something like a void function called something like decrease, C-R-E-A-S-E, health. There we go. Okay, now once I'm done with this, is there anything else that I might need? The progress bar needs this return 0 to 1. Get has percent. I don't really understand what this next part does, but I will be asking this to, I guess, Claude most likely once I'm done with this. Was I using Claude or Gemini? I think I was using Claude. Okay, I guess let's add another comment. There we go. Say something like the progress bar. Let's go with PROGRESS bar. The progress. Let's go with style case bar. Needs this. Let's add a hyphen. Returns RETURNS. Oh, I see. So it returns 0.0 or 1.0. 0.0 if it fails, 1.0 if it actually succeeded. Actually, 0 if it succeeded, 1 if it fails. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go with something like u function, which again requires a few parameters. And this time there are... Okay, there is a parameter that I've never heard about. Never heard of. Firstly, of course, I gotta go with the regular blueprint callable, C-A-L-L-A-B-L-E. The second parameter is gonna be blueprint pure. What does that mean? P-R-I-N-T, pure. Okay, I'll have to ask this to Claude. Lastly, I'm gonna go with a category. Let's organize this in a category called something like health. And I'm gonna go ahead and add something like here. Let's go with a comment and say, what does the blueprint, let's say something like pure, do, question mark. That is for Claude to answer later on. Okay, that's it. Now that I'm done with my header files, I'm going to Control S. It honestly looks pretty short, but I think it might be just a tad bit confusing. Just for the time being, this is like my first time working on this. Maybe second time, I guess. That's it. Now I'm going to go to my C++ file, and in my C++ file, by default, I have my header file for my WBP_health bar widget already included, so I'm not going to worry about that. Instead, I'm going to work on defining all the functions that I've declared inside of my header files. The first function could be from my, let's see, from my UWBP health bar widget, so I'm going to go ahead and hit copy. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and paste it here. UWBP_head bar widget that uses a scope resolution operator to point towards, let's say, something like increase health. I'm kind of shocked that I didn't really create a constructor here, but I'll have to ask that also. Okay, that's it. Inside my increase health function, I do not require any parameters. So I'm just gonna add a pair of curly braces. Now, in my pair of curly braces, I'm gonna go with something like current health. It's copyrighted. Guys, it's copyrighted, it's kind of crazy. At least add in music. Honestly, I did add in music. Can't you hear the music? Should I like increase the volume? Okay, let's see. I stay strong. You will never see me crack. No, can't you guys listen to the music? I think you gotta like increase your volume a little because the music is not like overwhelmingly high because you guys won't be able to listen to me at all. And I don't want to really bust you guys with your drums off by turning it. Okay, that was kind of fun, but okay, I guess let's go out of it up here now. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is adding my current health. Let's go with something like current CURRENT My current health is going to be equal to. This is where I'm going to be using clamping now. Basically, what is clamping? So technically, clamping is that my health is going to be surrounded by a wall. It cannot exceed beyond 100, or it cannot go below, let's say something like 0. If that makes any sense. But guys, I guess let me just go ahead and mute myself real quick. I think there's some kind of background noises. Alright, mic testing. I thought there were background noises, never mind. I think I've just been overthinking it. That said, I might just have my let's say chat there we go. Okay, so this is where I might not look at the chat as much because I do gotta do a small thing up here. Firstly, I'm gonna set my current health to be equal to my F-max structure, which uses a scope resolution operator to point towards clamp with a cross parentheses. Now, I require a few parameters here. The first parameter is going to be my current health. Let's go with something like CURENT health, which increases. Hold up, guys, let me go back here. Testing. Alright guys, there was some kind of background noise with me. I had to just get rid of those. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So I have something like my current health, and then I'm gonna increase that by 10. Why do I increase my current health by 10? Okay, I guess that's something that I got asked a lot as well. And then I said something like 0.f, okay, and then I go with something like max health. I wonder what is the current health plus 10 for. Excuse me guys, because my current health initially does start at 100. So does that mean that my current health is going to start with 110? Because that might make some sense as well. Okay, that's once I'm done with this, let's say I'm going to go ahead and end this with a semicolon, okay? And then next up, once I'm done defining this, I'm going to go ahead and let's say copy everything from here just to save time. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste it here. Change increase health to something like DECRES, decrease health. Now my decrease health function is going to be having my current health here as well. That is going to be equal to, let's say, my current health minus 10. Why is that? Oh, I see. Okay. Basically what this actually does is when my increase health function is executed, I want to increase my current health by 10. Although I do want it to go beyond 100, or I do want it to go less than 0. That makes so much more sense. For my decreased health, my current health is going to decrease by 10 every single time my function has been executed, which basically means when my button is being clicked. Although I do want my health to go below 0, and somehow magically I don't want it to exceed above my max health, which is 100. And that makes so much sense now, to be honest. Okay, that's it. Next up, once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and create a floating point variable. This is something that I have never worked with. Let's go with something like EU health bar budget, which is basically gonna be my function that I should have created here and I forgot to create it. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna go ahead and create a function here, which is gonna be a floating point function called something like get health percent, PERCENT, with a cross parentheses. This is going to be a constant function. Okay, I guess I'm learning some new things today. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and let's say copy this. This is my get health percent. I'm gonna go with something like paste it there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and copy my WBP underscore health bar widget uses scope resolution operator to point towards my get health percent. There. Then I'm gonna add a pair of parentheses. My get health percent does not require any parameters, so I'm gonna add a pair of curly braces. In my pair of curly braces, all I'm gonna do is return my current health, CURENT, health divided by max health. There. Okay, and I actually think that's pretty much it. Let's end that with a semicolon. Now that I'm done with this, I'm gonna go to the step 4. Be parent your blueprint. This is one of the most this is the step most people miss and waste hours on. Open your blueprint widget. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my blueprint widget. Open your blueprint widget. There we go. There, okay. Find parent class. Do you guys see a parent class here? Okay, this is not blueprint widget. So go to class settings on the top of toolbar. On the top of toolbar, class settings. Okay, what does Claude mean by toolbars? So open blueprint widget, go to class settings, top toolbar. Oh, okay. Class settings. I think that I don't know what Claude means by step 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see grab Claude here. There, guys, there we go. Okay, let me see something like. Let's say I am done with adding the let's say something like color on my .h and .cpp file, although I don't understand the step 4. Okay, I guess let's get a better explanation on the step 4 and maybe increase the volume as well. I mean, our volume was increase the font a little because I can't see a thing from here. Okay, so refer to your blueprint baby steps. Open your widget blueprint, double click your widget blueprint file in the content browser, the one you already made with the health bar and buttons. Look at the top toolbar. You should see compile, save, browse, class settings. Click class settings. Do I see any of those? Okay, this is the class that I just created. Wait, I didn't just create it. This is HUD, the class that I just created. Where's the class that I just created? It should be under UI. That's literally the class that I just created. I should see compile. I see diff. Did Claude say something about diff? Compile, save, browse, class settings. And speaking of class settings, can you guys see my entire window from here? Like, can I get this a bit more in front? There we go. Okay, so fall. Oh, I think I should go to graph. There we go. Okay, now let's find something like parent. Class settings. Okay, I have to go to graph. I was not in graph. Okay, and then let's see the next part. Maybe I want to go ahead and open my other window for actually seeing it a bit more clearly. Okay, and then let's open my Unreal Engine here real quick. There we go. Okay, and then click compile, save settings. Look at the details panel on the right. Okay. Parent class, your user widget. This is what you need to change. Click on the drop down. Click that drop down class. Okay. So I'm gonna go with something like. Do you guys see health widget? Okay, health bar widget. Let's go with something like health HCALTH. What is my widget called again? Health bar widget. It offers me a widget class. HUD widget. And then I see, okay, it has not been created properly, which means my class. Okay, let me see something like, blah blah blah. Although I think that I did not create my class properly, because even though I added my code to my project, when I created a let's say something like user widget class, it did not ask me to reload on my VS 2022. Okay, I guess. Excuse me guys, let's send that real quick and get my cloth chat up here. Let's go ahead and extend it, maybe zoom in a little. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and refresh. Let's see, down, we're gonna go a bit slower. Oh, got it. That's actually a common mistake, and I'm glad you got it. Wait, can I scroll in anymore? Early install wasting hours. Here's what probably happened when you created the class. One of two things happened. Either you created a class outside of Unreal Engine manually in Visual Studio, Unreal doesn't know about it, or you added the code but never let Unreal Engine generate the class properly, missing generating header files. I didn't do neither one of it. Okay, so step 2, create a class the Unreal Engine way. Okay, 2, new C++ class, name it help bar. Okay, user widget. So I guess I'm adding user widget. I did this before, it did not fully make a difference. So I'm going to go to tools, I'm going to go to class, C++ class. Let's go to all classes. I'm going to go with something like user widget, and then let's go ahead and add that. I'm going to name it something like WBP. Wait, what did Claude say me to name it? Name it health bar widget. So I'm going to go with something like, let's say health bar widget. Let's go with HEALTHBARWIDGET. There we go. And then let's create class. It says me something like this. Would you like to open more outputs? Let's go with Windows Shift S, take a copy of that. Let's get wrap plot up here real quick. There we go, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like yes, take another picture, get a screenshot of that, grab plot back up here, and let's paste it. Now let me see something like this is what I see when I try to create a user widget C++ class, and I see what I sent in the second, let's say something like screenshots when I click yes. Okay, and then let's send it. I'm so glad somehow my enter works to send a message these days. Okay, let's go all the way back here. Okay, do this right now, step by step. Step 1, close everything, close Unreal Engine, close Visual Studio, close any hold up. Close any file explorer window in your project folder, delete the intermediate folder, go to, okay, I guess let's try that. Before I go though, very important thing, I'm gonna save it all. Let's save everything, and then I'm gonna go ahead and exit this. And now I'm gonna go ahead. Why is there another Unreal Engine open? Okay, that's odd. I guess let's go to something like documents, let's go to Visual Studio, and then do you guys see something like UMG practice? I'm gonna go ahead and delete my intermediate. I think it was just intermediate, right, that I was asked to delete. So let's scroll a bit out. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, so right now I can see these two files, project files. What else to do? Close everything first, right click on a new project, generate Visual Studio file project. Okay, I guess let's go to something like more options, and then I'm gonna generate my Visual Studio file projects. That is gonna have my intermediate here, and it's gonna be generating everything here as well. And then generate Visual Studio if the files are there, but then just prompts. Just hit Ctrl plus Shift plus B. I guess I see. Okay, I guess let's wait for Unreal Engine to open now. I guess I'm gonna open it through here. There we go. Okay, perfect. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and run my program real quick. I guess I'm gonna delete the class that I just created too, because I guess why not? Because I just need one class. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and wait for this to load real quick. Okay, there we go. Once it's done loading, I'm gonna hit Ctrl Alt L because I want to delete a class real quick. I'm gonna remove my Unreal Engine configurations. And now I want to go ahead and remove my, let's say health bar widget to C++ file. I'm gonna go with something like remove. And then I'm gonna go ahead and remove my health bar widget to C++. Actually, my header files, did I not remove it? Oh, there we go. I think the header file had a bit more load, so it took a bit longer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and run the code real quick. This should go ahead and start off my Unreal Engine, and if I'm lucky, or if it actually was the problem of generating my files, it should be fixed. So let's see. Okay, I guess 1 out of 13 done. While it's being done, I might actually hydrate myself up. And guys, today I might not stream for long. I didn't stream like for the past 2 days because I was actually working on getting all my stuff to this new place. Whereas today was supposed to be a workout. I keep chewing my left cheek. It's like it gets really bad because when you first chew your left cheek, it kind of swells up, and then when you chew it again, it gets even worse. That's what I was saying. What should we call it? I was supposed to have a workout stream today, but I thought I was really exhausted for having one, so I will be having it from the next stream. Actually, from like next week onwards, and hopefully I have my, hopefully in my spring break I have way more time, so I could upload more video shorts or like stream for longer in general. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So it did say fail. Why did it say fail? I guess let's go ahead and clean my solution real quick. Guys, let's go with something like clean solution. This usually fixes it. It's definitely my Visual Studio. Once it's done cleaning, there we go. And now I'm gonna go ahead and build my solution. Once it's done successfully building as well, I'm gonna run my program real quick. Okay, this shouldn't take that long. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move on to the left. There we go, and then let's move that to the left as well. Just kind of check if everything is going properly. There. Okay, not bad. Is it done? Oh my gosh, it's gonna take like 3 minutes or something. I think it's like halfway done. It should be done pretty fast. Out of how many files is there? So that's line 48, line 52, line 53. Oh wait, never mind. I think I just over exaggerated. The 3 minutes is done. I think there's just 60 files. We're at 53. No, mind, there's just 55 files. Okay, so I guess 2 more files. Where's my little space here? Okay, let's wait for speed jump. There we go. 51 succeeded, 1 failed. It keeps saying 1 failed. Let me try cleaning the solution one last time, and then I'm gonna run the program. Because I don't think it's gonna run without being cleaned up. There we go. Now let's go ahead and run the program real quick. Okay, moment of truth. Does it say that something is wrong here? If it does, then I might work on it next stream. For this stream, I am like really exhausted. Plus, the worst thing is that none of my setup right now is really comfortable. It's way too uncomfortable. Like, I gotta literally squint my eyes to see my screen, even though my eyes are naturally squinted for some reason. Okay, let's see. I hope it really works. I want to see what happens here. And that being said, I feel like today's day 178. It's getting really close to day 250, so I might actually pick a whole week where I just work on Blender to get my meshes on. Because I think learning the programming part is going to be much easier compared to the meshes. Well, I guess it failed. I mean, I guess I'm going to be working on this part maybe in next stream, because this stream I am like really exhausted. I might work on, learning about it off stream, watching YouTube videos, because for today I don't think that, me or Claude does have much strength. Maybe Claude does, but I think I've gotten way too exhausted this time. Okay, let me just go ahead and drop this here. And I might actually stream for much longer tomorrow, because I don't really, no, actually not tomorrow, the after tomorrow, because tomorrow I do have an exam, and then finally comes spring break. So I might start streaming for longer from the after tomorrow. Okay, that's gonna say something like, since it did not really work, all I see now is that, it says 1 failed. However, excuse me guys, let's go with something like it might be, because I am pretty exhausted, so I can't really think that well. That said, tomorrow I could start with a brand new project. That's I am going to end the stream right now. So before I do end the stream, is there anything that you want to say to the viewer question mark? Okay, let's see. And guys, it's so much better to click enter to send a message rather than clicking the icon every time, like the send icon. That's actually rather than clicking the enter key. Okay, hey, listen up. First of all, okay, to you're watching is this with someone. Okay, but okay, I know I didn't say to ask for some kind of exit message, but I think that today wouldn't really be that wouldn't make that much sense for me to read this stuff because I think that I hardly did anything. The only thing I did do is display, let's say, 5 digits on the print. I couldn't add any kind of logic to it. I call the stream like a bit of a fail, but I guess it's the first attempt in learning. Let's see, follow the stream because next session we come back harder and I promise you when this health bar finally works with the clean C++ code, it's going to hit different. That does make a lot of sense. Let me just go ahead and move on to let's see something like my main camera. Alright guys, so basically I honestly went as a streamer, so that's actually pretty much it for the stream. Although next stream maybe I'm going to be actually let's see. If I have time today, since I do have like an exam tomorrow, if I have time today, quote unquote, if I am going to be watching a lot of, which I think I will be having a lot, so I will be watching like a bunch of YouTube videos as to which might be more easier, doing it through coding or doing it through blueprints. I would have honestly gone with blueprints because that saves so much more time and it's much more convenient as well. But the thing that AI is really good at teaching is like how to really program and stuff. Because I made the mistake of working with blueprints to actually display and like add some logic in my window and absolutely failed. So that said, if you guys enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like, hit my algorithm, share, make you smile, subscribe, and play your top. That said, I just want what I stream on Twitch and YouTube. I will set what I stream on TikTok and Instagram as well if I didn't meet the followers requirements. If you guys enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me. The link is going to be in the description. And you guys can also get the link through my socials, through my bio, or by typing exclamation social on chat. That's it. Also join my Discord server. That's where I usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys, have general conversations. The link will be in the description, in the pinned comments, on my bio, or you guys can get access to my Discord server by typing exclamation Discord on chat. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in these 2 more videos. Peace. And guys, today's stream was way too exhausting.